Well, I think it's really important that you have to diffuse the energy, you have to diffuse the emotion. In order to be able to talk about difficult things, I call them eggshells and elephants. They're talking about the tough things to avoid the invisible elephants. And those tough things are the eggshells that each one of us creates. You know, we would talk about something, but we're afraid maybe we'll hurt their feelings, or that we'll get judgment, or, you know, or be criticized for it, or maybe we'll get retaliation if we actually talk about it. So when I work with a team, the first thing we do is we've got a big easel pad and markers and write down all the things that people are worried about happening. And we identify those eggshells and talk about it. See, they exist for everybody. But the reality is, as long as it affects the patients in the practice, it's something that we have to talk about. If it's personal, it doesn't belong there. But if it affects the patients in the practice, it has to be discussed. Otherwise, we're going to get these invisible elephants. And usually when I say, are there any invisible elephants here in the room, you see the smirks and you see the smiles and the kind of the nervous laughter, and you know that there's a lot of issues. You know, oh, we don't talk about this, or we don't say that to this person because they get upset, or we don't do this. And I said, well, that's what's stopping you from moving forward. So here's how we can actually talk about things. Here is, you know, and I give them a step-by-step process of actually addressing the conflict or the concern so that they feel really comfortable. And I think probably the biggest key is the reality of is getting the entire team together and hearing about what it is that's going to be their goals, because I don't set it up as, I don't mandate it. I say, would you like an environment that is free of invisible elephants, where you can actually talk about things and move forward? And everybody's hand is like, yeah, me, I do. So they're already telling me it's what they want. So then I say, okay, so here's some ways we can get there. And then we talk about the different ways that we can get there, and this is what this would look like. And do we agree as a team then that this is what we want to do from this point forward? And I think that's the magic in it, is once they see that everybody's on board with it and everybody's heard it, that maybe even the person that might have been upset in the past is no longer upset. They know that this is going to happen, just like creating a gossip-free zone. And you can do that with women. I've done it time and time again. So, but it's amazing how, I think the basic thing is I'm not bringing anything that doesn't make common sense, that isn't going to benefit them as well as the patients in the practice. So I think it's a win-win, and they get it. They just didn't know how to get there, and they're very excited to have tools to be able to do it.